Hello, I'm Steve and welcome to our channel Patio Heat, where we provide visual concepts of infrared heating as well as tips for ideal patio comfort. Check out our patioheat.com website for sales and more information. Kindly consider tapping that like button if you find this video useful, as it helps others find our channel. Now let's get heating. Alright, so here we have this residential application, and let's just jump right into the dimensional part of the drawing here. So basically I have this, I'm going to call it a 13 by 22 and a half roughly, and you can see here there's a roofing section that goes a little bit wider than that, so that's 26 and a half roughly by about 22 and a half. And then also we have a couple different heights here. The eaves I have at 9 feet, and the ceiling height up here I have at 12 feet off the floor. And let's see if there's anything else that we need to talk about. I think that's about it. If I was to draw a square from this edge here all the way to this edge here, we'd come out with about 300 square feet of space, and it's a little bit larger with the overall space here, obviously. And so that's kind of like the calculation I would start out with. This is, I believe it was back east. In any case, it's probably an area I'd go with around 300, a little bit higher, even 300 to 325 BTUs per square foot, something of that nature. And so let's see what we can do here. All right, let's turn that off. Let's see if there's anything up here I needed to tell you. Oh yeah, this one measurement up here is kind of important. I have this ceiling edge to edge here at 9 feet 2 1/8. And then also we have this 6-foot diameter fan. The round circle up here will represent the actual dimension of the 6-foot diameter. So we do have a fan in the center of the room, and I have it at roughly about 2 feet down from the ceiling. All right, let me turn that off again. Now, the original plan was to place the units within this area here and this area here and have them flush mounted. And because it's at an angle, that's not legal within the manufacturer's recommendations, so that won't be something that's doable. And it's not so much that you can't place the heater at the angle of this, it's just that you can't flush mount it. And because of the flush mounting aspect of it, then the ventilation will not allow the flush mount kit to properly ventilate, or I should say the configuration won't allow it to properly ventilate, and therefore it won't it would tend to overheat within that type of application. So that's why it has to be placed on a flat ceiling surface in order to allow it to properly ventilate. All right, so we could put a couple of heaters there, however. And oops, sorry, I see I made a mistake here, but what I've done here is I've taken 2 of the 6,000 watt units, so I have one here and then one up here, and then 2 of the 4,000s, and you might want to even consider 5,000 watt units, just because I'm not seeing that the footprint of heat is powerful enough for this height. But in any case, so you could take 2 units here, 2 units there. Now I've used the shorter one because we do have skylights up here, and we also have to meet the clearances to combustibles. And let me just show you that. And so the clearances to combustibles is the one consideration I have is not only to the back edge of this area here, and also to the fan blades themselves. And you can see with this application here, you'd be meeting all that information, or that data there. Of course, I don't have this one set up right, so I apologize for that. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. And well, let's go first of all and go back to the clearances above the heater. So with the OEM bracket attached to the ceiling like this, we would be meeting the clearances all above, and then of course below the soffit here as well. When it's at this angle, you can see if this one's pointed straight down, I'm not quite meeting that clearance, so it needs to be at the same angle of the ceiling that I have here, and that would work out just fine as far as the mounting of it goes. And let's go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So footprint of heat, you can see here that with the units angled in, we're getting pretty good coverage here. I would say that in a very cold climate like this, during the winter times, this would be a very well heated area in the center. Out here, you're not getting as much heat, but I'm really trying to concentrate the amount of heat into the center. I just think that with the fan here, that's probably how they might be even a table, a dining table here, or something of that nature. But that would probably be how the setup would look. Also, if these were 5,000 watt units, then the amount of heat that comes down here would be probably a foot lower than it is right now. So when I say heat, it's infrared heat, light waves. They're infrared light waves, so the light waves do travel and they penetrate all the way down to until they absorb into any type of mass, the floors, tables, chairs, human body. So you do want a nice intense amount of that in order to feel comfortable, however. So that's why I'm choosing these models here. Now, if you were to consider the amount of amperage you have available, and that does not meet the requirement that you're looking for, then you probably just want to do 2 of the 6,000 watt units, and then maneuver the seating appropriately throughout the season. Because this is a residential application, you obviously have that choice. If this was a commercial application and you had dining tables throughout a patio of a restaurant, let's say, then it's really hard to maneuver that stuff around. So for this application, you could do 2 of the 6,000 watt units and then just move the tables a little bit closer to each other. All right, so that would be one option there. And let's go ahead and turn that off right now. And we'll go with a different option. This option here would be to surface mount, again, 2 of the 6,000 watt units. These are 6,000 watt, 240 volt, 25 amps a piece. And what I have here is I have them set up so that they are 18 inches from the edge of the fan. Now, I just went off the plan. The plan shows something that's roughly 6 feet in diameter, so it could be let's say 4 feet or maybe 5 feet in diameter, and so you would gain a few inches on either side, 6 and 6 if it's 5, and then of course 12 inches on each side if it was 4. So in any case, the footprint of heat, or sorry, the clearances around the heater, you can see here there's no problem meeting that, and that's true with regards to the slope down here is what I'm really looking at, trying to show. So there's no problem with that. And I just have these heaters centered within this space. And just go ahead and look at the footprint of heat. So footprint of heat, again, 6,000 watts. Now, these are flush mount, and I know this particular consumer would like to have these flush mount, but because they're surface mount, they're about 9 inches lower. And I prefer that personally because of the fact that I'm getting a little bit more intense heat down here, and especially because of the colder climate, I would probably prefer that. Now, visually speaking, the 6 inches is going to give you just a little bit less of intensity down here. So let me just go ahead and show that real quick here. I'm going to just go ahead and move these up 6 inches, or sorry, 9. It's like actually 9.5 inches roughly. So let's go 9. So that would be close to, let's see if I'm there. Let's just do it right like this. Sorry for the delay. All right, so that would be the surface of the ceiling there. And of course you have to use the flush mount kit and 1 hour fire rated drywall inside of that cavity. But you can see here now our intensity isn't quite as high as I'd like it to be, and so therefore I'm not excited about this, but it would work for some of the time of the season. So something to consider. but it would also, make the property look much better. So I do agree with that. And of course, the clearance again, you still need to meet that clearance on the 18-inch edge there. So now going back to that 300, I think it was 300 square feet. So if I just took the 300 square feet and times it by, let's see here, 300 times, I'm going to go with 300 BTUs, so that's 90,000 BTUs, and I'll divide it by 20,600, which is roughly what the Infratech 6,000 watt unit is. That would call for 4.36 heaters. So just this inner edge here would call for 4 heaters to really properly heat it, and that's my concern there. So all right, well, I hope this has helped. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application and you would like us to review your designs, please send that to designs@patioheat.com, and please hit that like button. That's the only way we get around the YouTube algorithms. We don't monetize, we don't advertise, and we appreciate you doing that. All right, have a great day. Thank you.